This video shows you how to make a simple but effective wooden box, and it gives you the excuse to use a number of different tools in your workshop. I started by rough sawing a log into a rough square. By the way, that was how not to use a chainsaw. Once I've got the rough square, then I cut slabs using the bench saw. Here are the rough cut slabs, ready to put through the thicknesser. Of course, it'd be a lot easier just to go out and buy the right size timber. This wood I'm preparing is Australian red cedar. My plan calls for 10mm thick boards. I drew a simple plan on paper so that I could just cut it out and stick it to the boards. First of all, cut out the square with the bandsaw and just leave a tiny edge. Then sand to the line. It's much more accurate that way. Now cut each alternate square out. Yeah, it's just a little bit hard to cut it while I'm videoing and holding it with one hand. I'm sure you'll do much better. Once you've done all your cutting out, you can remove the paper. I use a heat gun. Wax some glue into the joints and put it all together. I use a simple clamp so that the box stays nice and square. You can see I've got an imperfect joint here. Rub in some shavings. Now just run in a bit of super glue. It means you can sand almost straight away. Because I don't want the hinges to show, I've got a countersunk hole. Then I cut out some plugs. These plugs will then cover the holes after the hinges are in. Now with the lid in place, drill the hinge right through. To allow the lid to open, you need to sand a profile on it. Now you can put in your hinges on both sides. Install the plugs, glue them up, sand them down, and you have a lovely, nice, neat result. So there you go. Nice, neat little box. Very easy to make, very quick. Basic box done. Now we need to do the latch and we're finished. You'll notice I've used no metal in this box so far, and I plan to do the same with the hinge as well. The hinge is also wood. I've made one little compromise though. I've used a bit of wire for the hinge on the latch. And here it is assembled and just painted. Lastly, you need to make the shackle for the latch. I've rounded the ends with a Dremel. Apply your favourite finish to your box before you put your latch on. I've used a clear satin. As you can see, it comes up pretty nice. Those square joints look really good. I use super glue to glue the latch to the lid. Now drill the holes for the shackle and install it. A couple of dobs of super glue on the back of that, and Bob's your uncle. Let's have a look at the finished product. Comes up pretty well, and it doesn't take very long to do with those simple joints. Of course, there's only one more thing this box needs, and that's a nice wooden lock. But that's another project.